And we're actually getting ready for another new release.
What we at now? 5.8 coming up, aren't we?
5.8, yes. Which has some new stuff. Most importantly, I think, a redone widget screen where you're basically able to use blocks everywhere where you used to be able to just use widgets.
Yep. I don't know how much of a difference that will make to many people on a day-to-day basis, but it paves the way for this big transition away from boxes full of words to everything's a block, and you can fluidly alter and reshape your whole site on the fly. That was one of the big jobs that needed to be done to unlock that. So it's good to see that coming through.
Yeah, it really is. And the pattern directory, people are excited about, but I don't really get it yet.
Yeah, we'll see. It feels like it's a bit complex, isn't it? So we used to have paragraphs and images, and now we have blocks. And we used to have templates, and now we have full site editing potentially in drag and drop blocks. And then you might have groups of blocks and patterns of blocks and direct. There's a lot of abstraction there. I think it will need some getting used to understand how do all these things relate. It's worth noting there was also a whole bunch of kind of minor things in this one. Lots of quality of life stuff around things like dragging and dropping, and just lots of little nice improvements, image treatment, some bug fixes. And it's getting much sleeker.
Yeah, and there's one feature that we really, really, really like.
Yes.
You want to take this one because you like it even more than I do.
Yeah, I'm a big image nerd. So WebP, so JPEGs, which you'll all be familiar with, are 20-something years old as a format. Like, we've had JPEGs for longer than we've had many of the things that we're used to on the internet. And they're a bit rubbish. WebP is a much trendier, more modern format. You can read some of that on the page. It's a better, faster, smaller image format, which has been around for a while. But has had some support challenges. It is now landing formally in WordPress, which means you'll be able to replace all of your slow, chunky images with faster WebPs. There are still some challenges, like many desktop apps like Windows, like macOS, don't do a great job of handling WebPs on the desktop, like for desktop publishing and putting in files and things. So some trade-offs. And also, I don't think we've got coverage for this, but John Mueller from Google tweeted something which really got us thinking, which is if you just go in to your site and replace all of your JPEGs with WebPs, you probably ought to redirect those files as well. In the same way you would if you changed or deleted a page, because images can have link equity, they can be linked to, they can be embedded. It's worth doing the due diligence to update those and redirect them.
That seems like a lot of work, though.
Yeah, so maybe limit it to your most prominent featured images, not all of them.
No, yeah, it's fine, but it's also a lot of work. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this being live and then seeing how everyone uses this. I'm also, Mikkel already, I hope I'm saying that right, said it in the chat just now. Well, perhaps someday we'll get AVIF as well, which is another replacement for JPEG, which honestly would be good because it's a lot smaller too. But yeah, no, there is a lot that's happening here, and I hope that we can move the speed of that up a bit and start to incorporate these things in WordPress core a bit faster than we usually do.
Yeah.